Let's come back to the continent now, specifically to Sudan, where fighting has intensified in several areas of Khartoum after a ceasefire deal expired at the weekend. A rights group says a new outburst of violence in North Darfur state has left at least 40 people dead. The ceasefire between Sudan's army and the paramilitary rapid support forces began in mid-May and expired on Saturday night. Brokered by Saudi Arabia and the United States, the temporary truce calmed the fighting slightly and allowed limited humanitarian access, but like previous ceasefires, was repeatedly violated. Talks to extend it broke down on Friday. Aid organizations say the power struggle has triggered a major humanitarian crisis in which more than 1.2 million people have been displaced within the country, while another 400,000 have been forced to flee to neighboring countries. We can now speak to our Rise East Africa correspondent, Mac Bichachi, who's been monitoring developments. He joins me now live from Kenya's capital, Nairobi. Mac, good to see you. Mac, help us paint a picture of what this. Can you bring us up to speed? What is the latest in the Sudan as we speak?
Well, the latest in Sudan is there's been an uptick in violence, both in Khartoum and regions around Khartoum, as well as in North Darfur. In North Darfur, the capital of North Darfur was taken over by RSF forces in an insurgency that has killed over 40 civilians, according to reports. In Khartoum, on the other hand, we've seen increased bombardment and artillery fire by the army when it tries to dislodge RSF the various areas where RSF has taken over. This is also, it's also being confirmed that the army has taken the opportunity of the cessation of the ceasefire to increase its deployment within the city of Khartoum, and it is expected that in coming days, the war will actually escalate within Khartoum and its environs.
There are reports of 40 people killed in North Darfur. And, can you take us through developments there? Looks to me, I think I lost the connection to Mark. Mark, I see you're back. I apologize, I lost you for a bit there. Quickly, let's see. We're talking about 40 people that were killed earlier in North Darfur. If you can take us through developments there.
Well, in North Darfur, what has been reported is the RSF, together with other militia aligned to the RSF, attacked the capital city of North Darfur region, taking it over and causing over 40 civilian deaths. Now, it must be remembered that the RSF is originally what was known as the Janjaweed, and their stronghold is indeed the region of Darfur. So the army has yet to respond to this particular issue, but the uptick in violence and the deaths being reported within the Darfur region, as well as the number of people being dislodged and running into Chad, is rising steeply, together with reports of various human rights abuses.
And Saudi Arabia and the U.S. continue to engage with delegations from the Army and the RSF, which have remained in Jeddah. Now, is there any glimmer of hope there?
Well, there is a glimmer of hope. Burhan's new deputy said that the negotiations should still continue. However, he set conditions saying should be withdrawal of RSF forces within Khartoum, and this is a reiteration of their past claims, and the claims are staged where the army stem from the fact that the army is saying that the RSF is not only using civilian buildings as hideouts, but also is involved in the looting of various homes. So this is no surprise coming from them, while the RSF itself is also saying that they've not fully given up on the idea of having negotiations, but these negotiations are tense, especially given that this time around, it seems like the army is scaling up its fight against RSF to make sure it shows up its position pending negotiations moving forward.
Mike, let's do this in less than 30 seconds, if you will. The rainy season is about to start. So what will this mean for Sudan's beleaguered population and relief operations?
Well, it means two things. That number one, crossing the border into countries such as Chad is going to be difficult. Number two, the people who have been displaced, who are yet to receive any kind of shelter, will be left out there to the elements. Therefore, it is expected that not only will aid distribution be more difficult, but settling these people into various camps in the region, both in Chad, in South Sudan, and other places where the rain is supposed to fall, is going to be more difficult, and there will be a bigger humanitarian crisis.
Matt Bichachi, many thanks as always.